Hey brother, this is Opello Customs here, and I am here to introduce your brand new controller. I have quite a few features in it, and I want to kind of go through each function so you won't be surprised, and in case if you have any questions about how to use some of the features that I'm going to highlight in this video will be your tool to be able to operate all the functions and even correct some potential issues that could arise in case it comes up. And you can always refer to this video. If there anything else comes up besides what I will showcase in this video, then feel free to reach out to me through either DM or email me. You can even go through Winter, and he can reach out to me if need be. But yeah, let's get started. So I'm gonna remove this for now, just so we can get a little bit more space. So right off back, when this gets shipped to you, once you open up the shipping package box, you're gonna see that it's gonna come in your very own carrying case. Nice hard shell case, handle, zippers here, very simple. One thing to note, in case you're uncertain where to open, because it's easy to open this thing and the controller fall out of it because you open it on the opposite side. Just keep in mind that the wider part is where the controller sits, so the shorter part is the top. So don't open it up this way because the controller is going to fall out of it. So this is hopefully you get this video before you do that, but I'm going to send this to Winter so he can give this video to you, so you'll be aware of that. Now, once you open the controller, I wish I had a drum roll machine, but we're going to open it up, and you're going to see your new gaming controller. All right, so a couple things right off back. Controllers here, up here, a little net to keep some of your additional things if you want to travel with it. I currently have your soft top sticks in here that you can swap these out for whatever sizes and colors. We'll get into that a little bit later, but first of all, let me just show you off the controller. Darth Vader theme controller here, black and red. Just going to do a quick show off of the controller. Okay, now to go over some of the features in the controller. This DualSense controller was purchased brand new, and this is the latest version of the controller from Sony, BDM50. If you know, you know. I removed the original potentiometers, the original sticks from the controller, and I installed TMR Hall effect sticks. These sticks not only are Hall effects, meaning that they're magnetic and you won't have to worry about stick drift, which is the dreaded issue that gamers have if the controller gets too dusty and something blocks the sensors and it begins to have your character move all over the place. With these sticks, you won't have to worry about that. Now, it is possible to eventually get stick drift if these magnets get in contact with other magnets, but these can always be recalibrated with no problem. You don't even have to take this thing apart. But yeah, just in case if it gets stick drift, you can always send that back to me. But these things are built to almost last longer than the controller itself. So other features, of course, we have the custom shell. Everyone has a dark side with the Darth Lord himself. It's nice black and red ore. You got clicky everything as far as the face buttons. All right. Also, I forgot to mention that there's an upgraded battery in here that gives you longer gameplay. You get over double the gameplay hours that the regular Sony battery gives you. So that'll be a nice additional feature as well. Bumpers are clicky as well. All right. Moving on to the back, you have a nice rubber grip. When you first pick this thing up, you're going to notice right away just how nice this grip is. It's soft in the center, which you're going to tell when you pick it up, and then the edges on the sides are risen a little bit, so you get more grip on the sides. So it's a combination of comfort and durability. Well, not durability, but a grippiness on the sides that is really, really nice to this controller. For the paddles, you got 2 paddles and 2 buttons that could be mapped to any buttons of your choosing. I'll go into how to do that in a little bit. And also a really nice feature of this controller, as far as the back paddle system is concerned, you can keep the full trigger pull, and you even have the haptic feedback for some of the Sony games. But whenever you like, you can switch over to the clicky triggers, and you can rapid fire as many times as you want, as fast as you can press this button with the clicky. Again, for trigger pull, and then clicky. Now, these buttons are designed for rapid fire. I keep saying rapid fire, but it's not automatic. It's just for faster trigger pull. So instead of your gun activating in the gameplay, and you got to pull all the way down to activate it, with this one, you get that instant, trigger pull. And you have the option to go back and forth with that. Also, with the back paddle system, you can map these paddles, again, to any buttons that you see here. Also, it has the capability of being mapped to 4 different profiles. So you can have one profile set for, let's say, Battlefield, and then you have another profile set for, let's say, God of War, another profile set for Call of Duty, and so on, up to 4. Again, I'm going to go into a little bit on how that looks. All right. Also, really cool feature here. I'm going to turn off the lights real quick in case if I didn't show this off yet. You also have LEDs built into this controller. I do have it turned off right now, but I'm just going to turn it on just for sake of this video, just so you can see it real quickly. It's going to be set to red, so when you first try to operate it, it's going to be set to red. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go into some functionalities. Let's start with the thumbsticks, and then I'll move on to how to operate the LED system, and then we'll go over how to operate the back paddles. Okay. All right. So thumbsticks first, which is going to be the simplest thing for you to know. Like I said before, you have different options with this. I gave you 2 sets of thumbsticks. They're both see-through, meaning that they're not solid colors. As you can see, they're this one's a little tinted with kind of like a gray tint, but again, it's see-through. You can see here like that, and that's to help the LEDs shine through it. And these are a red tint, but they also see-through. So again, the lights can shine through really cool. I'm going to place the thumbsticks here. Again, different heights and sizes. Like this one is like the shorter dome one. This set here is the tall dome one. Pull it out, so just so you can see the height difference. Okay, so we're going to add these to the controller here. When I send it to you, well, before I ship it, I'm gonna take these off, so just so you can put whatever one you want on yourself. All right, so I'm gonna do a little close-up shot of this one. So here, you line up the teeth. As you can see, these little teeth that's at the bottom of the stick. Put it over the thumbstick base. You're gonna slightly rotate it until it goes in a little bit more, and it's like lined up with the teeth at the bottom. So there's teeth here, and there's teeth here. So when you first put it on, again, take your time with it. Just rotate it until it goes in like that. Again, I'm just going to show it. It goes in like that. Once it's like that, it's not locked in yet. You just got to gently push down until you hear that click. Once you hear that click, then they're locked in. Okay? All right. We'll do this one now. And when you place it on, rotate it until they go all the way in like that, and then once they're in like that, you gently push it, firm press until it clicks. You hear that click, right? And then just removing them, you're gonna have a nice little grip between, like with your thumb and two fingers, and just gently pull up until it releases. And that's how you do that. Okay, and you can switch it out for many sizes. There's two different shapes with the dome and concave. These are the shorter sticks, and these are the taller sticks at the bottom. So you got two tall domes for the red and the clear grays, and then 4 options for the short and these 2 different colors. Okay, all right, so we'll keep this in for now. Let's put this back in. All right, now let's move on to the LED functionality. This one's already on. When before I ship it to you, I'm actually gonna have this turned off. So to turn it on and off, you're gonna hold up and right here in this corner. Just push down on that, and at the same time, you're gonna hold down square. Hold this for a few seconds. It's from 3 to 5 seconds, and then that's gonna turn it on and off. So right now it's on. Now it turned itself off, and again, you want to turn it on, up and right. Oh, I forgot to mention. Also, make sure the controller's on. Okay, so if the controller's on, then these will function. If it's not on, it's not going to operate. Just so you're aware. So again, up and right, and then square, and then so turn it back on. Hold it for a few seconds at the same time. Boom. All right. Now you have quite a few color options and 2 different sets of color modes that cycle through the colors. One cycles through it slowly, and one cycles through it rapidly. So let's go through the colors. To change the color itself, it's set on red. I'm going to hold up and square at the same time for a few seconds until it starts blinking. Now when it's blinking, it's in setting mode. On the setting mode, you can only change the color by pressing this right button. Any other buttons, it's not going to change the color. It has to be right. So go from red, click it right once, then we hit green, blue, and so on. Okay, I'm gonna cycle through the main colors. Again, you can pick whatever color you want. I think it looks the best with the red, of course. And now this is the first cycle color, where it's cycling through all the colors slowly. Let's see it once it's set a little bit, so you can see that. And then you press it again. Now you're going through the colors rapidly. Okay, now I'm gonna switch it back to red. You push over again, it goes back to the first color, which is red. I'm gonna hold up and square just to set it. All right, now it's set again to red. All right, and that's how you function, and that's how you operate that. Now again, I'm gonna turn this off. So I'm gonna hold up and right with the square button just to turn it back off. Hold that for a few seconds. And now it's off. Okay, and again, the entire time you do that, the controller is still fully functional. It doesn't stop operating any of the buttons when you go through the colors. In fact, you'll see either your character or your PlayStation will be moving around while you push the D-pad and stuff. So it'll operate normally while you do that. But that's how you operate the colors and for the LEDs. Now let's go to the back paddle system. I already showed how you use these clicky pull triggers. They're very straightforward. You click these back and forth. Make sure when you click these, also I just want to add one thing too. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm going to turn the light back on. Okay. So one more thing I want to add about this. So make sure when you push this over that you click it. It has to click into the place so it goes under the trigger to get clicky. If you're pulling it or pushing it and it goes like maybe halfway, which I guess hard to do it halfway, and it's not fully under there, you might be able to click a little bit, but it can slip past it and do a full trigger pull. So make sure you hear that click and it's fully over. Okay, so just in case in the future. All right, so the way the paddle system works, matter of fact, let me just go through the different profiles. So to operate the profiles, this is the first profile, which is blue. You're going to push the setting button twice rapidly. Okay, so I'm going to try to simulate it. Hopefully you can see it. So it's on blue. You saw that? I push it twice. Now it's green. Okay, that's like a light blue. And that's the purple one. So those are your 4 profiles. If you do this again, once it's the last profile, it turns it off. So now, if you push in these buttons, nothing's going to operate, no matter what it's set to, because this means it's just completely off. Okay? So let's go back to the first profile. I think I already have these buttons set. Yeah, so these are already set. I will, I'm going to map these. I'm going to take the setting off of these before I send it to you as well, so you can, start fresh. But let's go to a profile I haven't mapped yet. I think, no, I did that one too. Let's see. Okay, so I haven't mapped this yet. So now, I'm going to move this over just a little bit. All right, so to set these buttons, you're going to push the setting button here in the center, and you're just going to hold it down, okay? So now, hold it down, and then it'll start flashing red. Okay. So, oh, I actually had it. I think I was pushing the touchpad. Sorry about that. Let's see. Let me hold this down again. You gotta hold down, try not to push any other buttons so it can start blinking. There you go. So that's what you want to see. It's not going to flash red. That's for button check. But as long as you're not pushing the button, I was holding a touchpad. That's why it flashed red. But as long as you're not pressing any other buttons, once you hold it down, it begins to blink. Let it know that you can set it. So let's set this paddle to X. You got to hold the paddle down and whatever button you want. I'm going to use X. Hold it down at the same time until this flashes. Again, red. Hold it down. Okay. Now we release it. Now let's map this paddle to O. Hold it down at the same time. There we go. And let's do these 2 paddles. I'm going to use this one for, let's say, the touchpad. Just hold down touchpad and that paddle at the same time. And for this one, let's hold this down, and let's just hold this trigger button down because I want to map this trigger button. Let's see. So trigger button this same time. Okay, so that's set. Now, after you do that, you're going to hold this down again until it goes back to solid. So it's now out of setting mode. Now, all these paddles are currently set to these 4 buttons, X, O, touchpad, and the L2. Okay, so if I push this, it's going to activate the X button. You can probably hear my PlayStation back. And then this is going to activate the O button. And then this is going to activate the touchpad. And then this is going to activate this left trigger, whatever this trigger functionality is going to be. Okay. So that's how you operate that. And while you're on your PlayStation, you'll be able to see the different, your character moving around and stuff, or whatever's how it's supposed to operate is going to operate. Just kind of hard. I can't really show it in gameplay right now for this video, but that's how you do that. Now, with these set under this light blue profile, if you go to the next profile by clicking this twice, goes to purple. Now these buttons are set to whatever profile you set this profile under, meaning that these can be set to 4 different buttons. So instead of X, O, touchpad, and L2, this is set to left D-pad. This is set to R3. So you have a wide range of possibilities with being able to set these buttons. Okay, so again, before I ship it out, I'm gonna set all the profiles back to I'm gonna say 0, meaning that none of the buttons gonna be set. You'll get to set it, from the start from what you want it, and then you'll be already good. So that's pretty much it. This is your Darth Vader controller. Again, it comes with a hard shell case. It's going to come with all the different tops to it. I'm going to make sure to package it up nice and safely. I'm going to plug it up again just to fully charge it. Recommendations for charging. I don't recommend charging this with your just regular PlayStation. I have just a block and a regular charging cord, and just charging into the wall. Sometimes I've noticed from other customers with the extended battery that's in here. Charging a PlayStation, because this is kind of PlayStation is actually a slow charge. It doesn't charge as fast or as well if you actually charge it and like plug it into a wall. So if you don't have a separate, and these are the cables. I'm gonna show off these cables. The HDC to C, connection cables, like these two here. So this is there's a HDMC to C connect, and then connect one into like a block that goes directly into a power outlet, and then just connect it right to the controller. All right. Again, with the upgraded battery, you're not going to need to charge this as often as you usually would your regular controller. But when you do, try to use this instead of connecting to your PlayStation. Okay. Also, if you played with the controller until it's fully dead, then of course expect that it's gonna need a longer charge, even if you plug it into the outlet. So just keep that in mind as well. But yeah, I think that cover everything. Again, hopefully you won't have any issues as far as working with it. If you never played with a Pro Controller before, it can be a little bit intimidating, especially you're not used to operating these bat paddles. These bat paddles probably be the biggest learning curve you'll have, especially in regular gameplay. A lot of muscle memory gamers typically, push these buttons, when they're in mid gameplay, and you kind of have to reteach yourself. Instead of going here, you're still keeping your fingers on the thumbsticks, and you're just going back here with these paddles here. So that's what's pretty much the biggest advantage of having a Pro Controller, because you get to keep your character moving back and forth, and you can use these paddles to jump, crouch, aim, shoot, anything you want, and you won't have to go through these buttons to do that. So that's the big advantage. And then on top of it being clicky and having a clicky option, this is actually really good for Call of Duty or Battlefield. But now you got the option to get that quick, fires off, while you're jumping and moving around, And on top of that, it looks cool. Got the LED functionalities, and you get to show off at nighttime whenever you like, in case you want to show off to your friends and family. But yeah, I'm just gonna LEDs back on. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the Darth Vader controller. Again, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about the controller itself. I'll be posting some videos and pictures of it on my pages. Oh, if you could, again, like I said before, I am Opello Customs. You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And my name is spelled the same in all the platforms, Opello Customs. So thank you for the opportunity to be able to build this for you. And maybe one day I get to build another one for you. Hopefully. All right. So take care. Enjoy your gaming controller. And keep gaming. Stay blessed. Opello Customs is out.